Hello, chat. I am very sick. I am not feeling great, not gonna lie. You might also notice it's later than usual. Let me give a little information for some of you people who haven't. You might have noticed not been a lot of streams this week. Very fucking annoying. First, it was that I was ill. Okay, first of all. Second of all is I've been kind of dealing with a fucking problem. It is actually okay. It is actually a funny problem. The problem is I had like a bean from Chipotle. I had Chipotle for dinner. The problem I can't talk about right now. It is related to the I can't talk about, but I want to talk about it because it's so funny. And it's very annoying because it is really that funny. It's like I got my own. I'll say this. It's like I have my own Christine Weston Chandler. I'll say that. It has a lot of that, and it's kept me very occupied at my store, and it has taken a lot of my time. And as a result of that, I have been there, holding down the fort, as it were. And it's been a lot of extra unnecessary work that got added to my plate, as well as a bit of a monetary cost. Not happy. That I'm not happy about. There's a lot of things I'm not happy about. There's a lot of it that's like really funny. And I swear to God, you guys are gonna like you're gonna be like, what a guy, that Diesel. Great guy. I don't know why I'm saying you guys are like Trump in this equation, but yeah. Um uh will they try to pepper spray you? Would you threaten to call the cops? Uh I don't think I'm legally allowed to discuss the details any further. I will be able to soon though. We are making the moves so that way it can be an MPT video. No turtleneck. What did I miss out on? I so want to talk about it, guys. I so want to talk about it. I need an attorney to sign off on whatever I say. Specifically for this one in particular, and that's very fucking annoying. But trust me, you will be fed at the end of that, okay? There will be a return on investment, okay? You might have heard last time that I was on stream that I said I want to talk about it, but I can't. No, it was in I was doing Discord stages. I'm doing Discord stages for those of you that are not in the little guy's Discord. I've been doing that. I'm probably not gonna do one today. I don't really feel well, but I'm doing those more regularly as like a post stream thing, like a post stream, like a members type thing. But yeah, so there's that. And I was kind of like joking about how I couldn't talk about it in the last stage. So always listen to your lawyer. Yeah, there's that. There's that. I can't wait for this to be done so I could just move on with my fucking life. I almost joined one of those, but I didn't want to spend social spoons. What the fuck does that mean? What if your lawyer tells you to breed? I'm gonna get a new fucking lawyer if my lawyer tells me to breed. Can you at least say if it's IRL or YouTube stuff? It's IRL, but it's an IRL thing, but it has the same energy as prior cartoon characters that I have dealt with on YouTube. Comprende? That's where it's at. Okay. I send you both of his videos on breeding. It's weird he keeps covering it. Me when I have a fetish and I need people to know about it. Oh, I need a woman to step on me. Guys, he's just joking. He's just giving us the facts. Stop cucking the chat, Diesel. No, I don't think I will. I mean, yes, I think I will. It didn't sound the same. Okay, so I'm going into this blind, but as the certified freak, enjoy the store manager life. Every time somebody comes in and says that, I'm gonna go, boy, do I have a story for you, but I also can't tell you the story. I was about to say he had a breeding kink. You know, spoons. Why is everybody talking about spoons? What is a social spoon? Is this a thing that we just made up? What is this? Breeding isn't criminal. Okay, there's a lot of breeding related stuff we got to get through today. Fast facts on my fantasy about a man I never personally spoken with getting with a hot woman. The spoon analogy, Diesel, you boober. Like a big spoon, little spoon? Because, you know, big spoon, little spoon, people. And... Guys, I'm delirious. My eyeballs hurt. My throat is scratchy. My nose is runny. Okay? No, Diesel Lamau. You guys. The chat is gonna... We're never gonna get to that. We're just gonna watch this breeding. All right? As the Gooner YouTuber, I know a lot about this whole breeding kink, right? By the way, like... You know, everybody wants a cream pie, but nobody wants to deal with the increasingly long amount of time it'll take and also expensive amount of money required in order to raise a child. What type of lotion does your brother use? Well, I don't know. No, like you envision your social energy as a finite amount of spoons, and you give people you interact with a spoon, and then when you run out, your social battery is dry. Is this something we just made up? Because I believe it, but in the same respect, that is like two metaphors in one. Because a social battery is a battery, and batteries get charged by sleep and being away from people. But like, I'm a battery that gives out spoons. What are we talking about? A battery that the spoons. What is this battery spoon dichotomy? uh, the spoon theory. You spawn spoons when you sleep. But why not just be like a battery? Or I'm picturing somebody being like a thank you Q. So is this Q? So if Q was giving out spoons right now, is it like Q gave out 10 of his social battery spoons? Look, my brain said spoon. So there's no such thing as a social spoon. It's just like it was just a word that you typed up with your hands. Okay. My spoons are gone now. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna be researching breeding today.
Make Americans breed again. Today we're gonna
Not to be that guy, but doesn't Legal Mindset live in like one of those Asian countries that dudes go to when they're like, I want to get easy lays? Does he live in Korea or Thailand? I don't remember. Or does he like run that law firm? Thailand, okay. Okay, Thailand right now. Okay, all right. Well, yeah. Every time a white guy goes to Thailand on a solitary vacation, I'm like, I know what you are.
talk about an American breeding visa that can fix the
An American breeding visa. I feel like this is just gonna be like eugenics, but with a lengthy and really uncomfortable customs experience.
birth rate crisis and bring things back from the brink in America and solve also many of the issues that are plaguing the country. Of course, it's the Legal Mindset. We teach you to be your own judge. I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney living over here in Asia, and I hope all of you are having a wonderful day. This is, of course, the Fast Facts version, which is the quick and dirty version of the latest in legal.
Yeah, talk about quick and dirty. White man with both breeding and Asian fetish. Daring today, aren't we?
News. If you like this, make sure you like the video and comment below. So let's get into the breeding visa. I have a PowerPoint for you guys to enjoy here. Make Americans.
Again. I am okay. So like, I am tired, but also in the same respect, I think I have some theories as to why Americans aren't having children. Okay, I will refrain though and listen to what he has to say before I give my rebuttal, okay?
Breed again. Okay, what's the problem? The problem in America, no babies. No babies. It's a societal problem. It's a problem that is...
Okay, so he is making this sound much more erotic than it is, but like, a lot of the Western world, or not even, just like first world countries are having this problem where nobody is having kids, or people are having less kids. The details of which are sometimes explored, often not explored at any meaningful depth. But there is a quote-unquote demographics crisis in many countries, the geopolitics of which are causing a bit of a stir up for some countries. But yeah.
Not just America, it's many developing countries. It's many other countries that have very, very similar problems where their birth rates are dropping fast. And this is a chronic problem for any country, because when you have this, you're going to have problems in the future with your economy, with your society.
Yes, so that's definitely true. If there's no new people showing up, then
I
yeah.
feel bad about this, Diesel, but money is going to be tight for me this month. Sad face.
Philosopher, I mean, you don't need to give anything, but thank you.
It is a massive, massive risk. So the question is, how do you turn this around? And we're looking
CEOs are panicking that there won't be enough people to fill their ball crushing factories. Yeah.
for solutions to turn this around and make Americans have families again. Solution
be hot. what kind of solution? Guys in suits with good chins.
right? And there's a male and female solution here, right? Big for the ladies and for the men. Well, there's a lot of very attractive foreign men and women.
Okay. So if we want to start having families, I feel like this is like a what the fuck? I'm trying to map this on the political spectrum in my head right now, and I don't think many people would have I think there would be a lot of qualms to be had if humongous swaths of Americans were going overseas, picking up grooms and brides, and then coming back to the United States with their, like, baby trapped foreign husbands and wives, right? Like, I feel like I could see Donald Trump get on a stage. You know, they're going over to places. They're going over to Thailand. They're going there and they're getting them pregnant. And, you know, they're coming back here. And it's not the good Americans. It's not the good ones. The woke liberals are going to Thailand. And they're taking the Thai women and they're bringing them here. I'm just saying, that's Thailand's problem. We should send them back. Right? Like, we could see that happening.
And there are American women and American men that would love to go and have, well, some breeding opportunities opened up to them.
If fellas, and this is a fellas specific thing because I don't think many women are saying this, but fellas, if you approach a woman and say, ma'am, I have a breeding opportunity for you, I don't think she's going to be excited.
Here today. So we've got, you know, whether you're interested in any flavor of dude.
Him being right wing but pro race mixing is crazy. We're not just talking about pro race mixing. Imagine. So here's the thing. If I, an American man, flew down to Mexico and knocked up a nice torta and then came back to the United States, all of a sudden we would have a humongous problem. Okay. And not even on the base, the race thing is already like a problem, right? But like it's double compounded because like you're bringing someone. This is like, first of all, this is like one of the methods that people use in order to become citizens of the United States all the time. This is like one of those things that like people fearmonger about happening in large swaths. And right, like we talk about like, oh, the pregnant Mexican women come over the border and then have a baby in the United States, and then we can't deport them back. Right? Like that is a thing. This is just that with extra steps.
We've got that here. Same for the guys. We've got, you know,
notice how they are all fair skinned.
Got the Latin flavor. We've got
the Latin flavor. Well, that's completely non-negotiable, I would think. But like, let's say it is negotiable. Even if you go to like, I don't know, the Latin flavor. That was my stage name, actually, was the Latin flavor, you know? But like, let's say I go to, I don't know, Poland. Let's say I go to Poland and I find a 10 out of 10 Polish baddie who's living in a hovel in some small former Soviet, I don't know, was Poland controlled by the Soviets at some point? I feel like it was. You know, like some former, like, I go to some former Soviet satellite state. Let's say I go to Belarus, and there's like some 10 out of 10 living in like a Belarusian hovel, right? And I get her pregnant, and I go, "Oh, my little sunflower, we are going back to the United States for you to have your baby, and not have your baby in big potato bowl." Right? And then we go back to the United States where she has the baby, and now she gets to stay in America, and I have a child that's American, right? The thing here is that, like, that is the exact kind of story that someone would be like, I don't know. Why do you have that accent and that fantasy? Because I've become one with their culture, you know?
Eastern Europe, we've got Asia, a lot of places that you can go to explore these new possible breeding opportunities.
The new possible breeding opportunities? Is this just an ad for sex tourism again? Is this just a sex tourism thing? If I go overseas on a trip, I'm not, and I'm like looking for sex, I'm not looking to like tie myself down for the rest of my life, usually.
Now, before you think this is crazy, you're like, Andrew, this is absolutely nuts, right? This is wild. Well, no, Japan is already doing this.
I think if I applied for the breeding visa, that I wouldn't get it. I'm just going to take a wild guess there. Also, I don't even know. So, like, you get a breeding visa, which, like, doesn't do anything for you, really, right? Let's say I go to Japan, and I'm a foreigner going to Japan, and now I'm living in Japan on a visa. So, does my Japanese employer need to see my visa? I feel like maybe they would. And then when they look at my visa and they say it's one of the breeding visas, they're going to be like, we don't want to invest in this guy because he's going to want to take off time for when he has a child. He's like only here to have sex. And it says that he will leave with the baby, right? But like, or even if that's not the case, like...
Baba Booey.
Breeding. It's making me hate my life. Glad I can't breed.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, I can't breed either. You know, I can't get MPreg, so, you know. My husband has a coworker that claims an Amish community in Colombia offered to pay him to breed with all of the Amish women to help in their inbreeding problem. But like, so like, let's say I go over to Japan. Like, there's so many things here that I just feel like a lot of people in both countries, both America and Japan, would have the United States and Japan would have an issue with.
Japan already has a visa for future creation of an individual, doesn't that?
Future creation of an individual. That's a really polite way of saying you're going to come there to bone. Period of stay, 1 year, 6 months, or a term individually designated by the Minister of Justice, up to a year. However, a maximum of 2 years will be granted if eligible individuals apply for an extension, blah, blah, blah. Future creation individual. An individual at the age of 18 or older who satisfies the following conditions and wishes to participate in job hunting, entrepreneurial activity, or remunerative activity for 2 years in Japan. Individual must have been awarded a qualification by an eligible university, and the qualification must be the same level of a bachelor's, master's, or doctorate. Okay. Individual must have been awarded the above qualification in the last 5 years. Individual must prove personal savings of approximately 200,000 yen to support her/himself. Spouse or child of future creation individual. Dependent spouse. So this just sounds like you can move to a new country if your wife is pregnant and you've recently graduated. Can't even read. They ain't giving you the breeding visa, Diesel. I would technically, aside from not having a spouse, I would qualify for this. I actually Hold on, 20,000 yen. Never mind. I don't qualify for the 200,000 yen. I don't qualify for this. I don't qualify for this. I don't qualify for this.
That sound lovely? Doesn't that sound cute? Future creation of
But this sounds like I need to have a spouse already.
an individual, a spouse or child of a future creation individual. So they're already doing this up to 2 years. You're allowed to come to Japan. You're allowed to go there. And you're supposed to be at the same time job hunting, looking for some sort of entrepreneurial job or engaging in some sort of other activity, right? So you're doing something. You're not doing nothing there. You're not idle. You're not homeless, etc., right? And you have to have certain level of education, right? And you have to be able to support yourself. There has to be money to support them. Now, Japan's program is not.
Notice how he's completely glossed over the part where you need to have a spouse.
Perfect. Japan's
Are you into MILFs or GILFs? GILF is too old, dude.
program does have its flaws. And America, like with California rules, can do everything better. We're taking over their version. We're making it better. And Japan, once again, very advanced country, does a lot of things right, but America can do it better. So let's tell you how I would plan on doing this. And by the way,
How you would plan on doing it? I feel like this guy is like, I feel like that would be breaking. Oh shit, I'm making a mess. Holy fuck. I'm actually like a moron. What the fuck? I'm so sick.
Americans want this. We've seen with Asmongold over here.
Americans want this. Guy who doesn't bathe with like a hot Asian mama. I don't know.
Right? Thirsty for Gran. We've seen this with people thirsty for the Korean male celebs over here.
Okay, I think this guy is just fetish posting on Maine.
Here. So the American thirst is
Well, I guess we can't say the allow me to be a little non-woke here. I guess we can't say yellow fever anymore because that's what you're beating around the bush and saying right now, right? Like that's just what you're saying. You're just trying to be coy about it.
real 100%. This is absolutely something that Americans are clamoring for. So here's the requirements. Here's my plan. Once again,
What are you talking about? Are you like, I think we should have an American breeder program? Okay? This is LARP. This is breed LARP, dude.
this is the legal mindset breeding visa. I'm
The
doing
legal mindset breeding visa.
not as an April Fool's joke. This is a very real thing and will very much fix this. I've gone through these criteria and
Guys, we're gonna fix the demographic crisis by conceiving children via one night stand.
as somebody who's lived abroad, who's dealt with dozens and dozens and dozens of different visa applications and visa types, this is something that's very much in my experience, my personal experience of having to deal with visas. These requirements will 100%.
At Quantums 4482 became a member. At Quantums 4482 celebrates 18 months of membership. Could you get a visa if you know you can breed?
I mean, how would they know? Is it just like a like if you just say I can breed, is that like good enough for them, or do they need to do like an exam?
Work. The admins can pretty much copy paste these and they will work off the base.
I don't think they're gonna do that, actually. I think there's a lot of reasons they won't.
So let's just go over here and say, okay, what are the eligible countries? Well, countries which do not pose a security risk. So, hello, CIA. How about you wake up? You stop, doing crazy stuff, woke stuff. You stop MK Ultraing people, and you go and you act.
I don't think they have any more woke left in the CIA. I think we're past that.
Actually collect facts on countries. So you go and say which are posing security risks, which are not. So
Well, it's not like the CIA is getting facts. They're not in the fact business, okay? The CIA is in the spy business.
obviously we don't want anywhere where people are at danger or being trafficked. So that's the
At the Weaver Off Dreams became a member. At the
the
Weaver Off
trafficking
Dreams celebrates
part is
26
even-
months of membership. He is projecting
What
hard.
country doesn't have trafficking happen in it?
Second one, these countries do not engage in trafficking. Human trafficking is an absolute evil, and anyone caught engaging in human trafficking should be jailed and thrown away for a very, very, very long time. Human trafficking is absolutely evil. So these things should be shut down right away. Next, this is for the breeding applicants. So we only need fit people in the country. We do not need overweight people. One of the problems in America is, and I just came back, is people are still overweight. A lot of
Well, I mean, that's been changing looking at the statistics, actually. You might need to get re-educated because we're actually dropping. The average American is dropping in weight finally, which is good to hear.
people are so overweight. That's not
Also, I feel like the health and fitness test and low BMI thing. Sorry, guys. No tortas in the USA, Chad. I feel like this is just like eugenics. This kind of feels like, dude, everything's soy now, dude. They can't even do eugenics and have like sauce, bro. Everything's gotta be just soy, okay? We don't even get like the cool boots, okay? Now the guy was like, "Ooh, mein Gott, eugenics is very good, Herr Hitler." Now they're just like some soy guy in fucking Thailand, dude.
okay. We need a health and fitness test, a low BMI. Now, I know some people are going to say, this is just to get in attractive people. Well, these things tend to be correlated, right?
I don't know, man. I've seen, sometimes you just, you got the tools for the job. Sometimes you don't. I don't know. That tells you. I'm just saying.
Attractiveness tends to be correlated with better fitness, better health. So yes, you've got to get fit. You've got to get in shape. If you're not in shape, it's not going to work. You have to have a standard education.
How do we even track this? Like, once you're in the country, how do we even track this? What are we going to have? Are we going to have a big book of the breeder registry? Because like, this just feels like a corruption of champions side quest, okay? Where you go to like the breeding farm or something.
At least high school. By high school, you've learned a lot of the important things for your life. You've learned the basic skills. You've learned math. You've got English. You've got science. You've got all the bedrock that you need to go forward. There isn't really anything that is necessary in university or can't be dealt with by technical training or apprenticeship. And there's a lot of Americans that don't want to go to university now because
so this is for the breeding applicant requirements for the American breeder.
it's essentially propaganda.
Fellas, are you a breeding applicant or a breeder? Breeding applicants are the assigned female individuals, and the American breeders are the male ones. Dude, okay, I know this is like not or semi-related. I was listening, and I've talked about this before. There's a podcast called Freakonomics. I know that sounds like this is related, but it's not. But Freakonomics is about like economics. It's an economics podcast I listen to. And they had like a 3-part series on horse racing. And like a bunch of it was dedicated to like how horses are bred and how they like, figure out the value of them. And a lot of them, so you know how like horse semen, like stud semen is like really expensive. So a lot of guys, well, the book is bullshit, by the way. The book is like 20 years old. I also haven't read it, but the podcast is like interesting. Uma Musume podcast. But they like went to interview people who breed horses, and a lot of horse breeders don't do artificial insemination. What they do is that really rich people pay to have a stud basically get, I forget what the word is for a female horse, but like to get a female horse pregnant. And so like the horse is brought into a room and there's like a bunch of people with the horses. So that way they could have like sex to have sex with the mare, right? So that way they could naturally get the mare pregnant because they feel that will produce a better racehorse, right? And so they go through all this work. And also, by the way, the cost of like semen for like a stud is way less expensive than the more boutique way of paying to have a stud show up and fuck your mare, right? Like, we're talking like 6-figure payouts for this fucking horse to fuck your other horse.
And they want to go work, or they want to do something like cybersecurity. With my friend Ryan's cybersecurity course at Elevate Cyber, I'll put a link to that in the description below. With that, people are not wanting to go.
Stop saying stud semen. You want to get clipped or what? That's what they are.
To actual university. They're wanting to go into some sort of training. They're wanting to go to work, and that's fine. Let's let them do that, and let's let them go outside and find people who are all.
They don't do that anymore because it's dangerous for the mare. This is like, they definitely do this in Kentucky still. They definitely do this in Kentucky still. That's why they have a bunch of people in the room to make sure that the mare doesn't get their like head kicked in.
Also very similar to them and have the same similar levels. Maybe they've gone out and become YouTubers. Who knows? And the next is a verbal English fluency test. They need to be at least conversational. This is important, right? We don't want people over here that don't have verbal English. I know there's issues with people being dyslexic, and we have to consider that for writing.
What are we doing?
But your verbal skills need to be.
It would be Kentucky. Damn. Well, Kentucky is like. Kentucky, Montana, these are like, or maybe not Montana, I can't remember the other country or the other state, but they're like they're the horse heart of America. That's like where there's a lot of horses that come from Kentucky.
Point, you need to be able to.
They got that Derby, yeah. That's yeah.
You will not be able to have a deep, meaningful relationship with somebody, man or woman, it doesn't matter. You're not going to be able to have a deep, meaningful
guy who lives in Thailand. You cannot have a deep and meaningful relationship with somebody unless you speak English with them. I don't know about that.
Relationship unless you have English fluency and the ability to converse. That is entirely important to fall deeply in love with somebody or have.
I don't know, man. If like a poorly speaking French woman approached me, I think I'd be okay. I think I'd be okay.
A relationship that lasts. And that's what this program is about.
Gee, you sure do know a lot about horse semen. I literally just watched it, or not watched, but I just listened to a podcast about this. Guys, I'm like in my car for like such a large portion of the day. You don't understand. I need something to pass the time.
This is not about coming in for a quick green card. This is not about any sort of exploitation. This is about finding people that are going to come over to America, create American babies, create American families, and stay with their partner. That's the important thing. Requirements for the American.
This guy has said he doesn't speak Thai, despite having lived there for a few years by now. Oh my God.
Breeder. That's the American applicant, right? So I'm putting them in that category. So there's the foreign breeding applicant, and then there's the American. The requirements for the
so the American breed. So if you want to have a baby, this feels like it would cause so many problems. Okay, I feel like developing a system like this is like an absolute recipe for disaster on so many levels. I feel like there's so many ways that this could be abused. Holy shit.
American host, right? So the American host has to have.
So this is the American, assumedly man, right? Because no breeding applicant is going to be a man. There's no, like, there are rich women, but there's no universe in this. This is just a way for rich men to get pretty poor women to come live with them and give birth to their babies. This is like the most Elon Muskian fucking techno-fascist bullshit. What is this? This is fucking bullshit. This is ridiculous.
Sufficient income to support the breeder, at least 100K. That's necessary, and has paid for all.
This is like 90 Days Fiance, but subsidized by the United States government.
Existing dependent children, right? So you have to have everything paid for. So if you have any children that are not.
He talks about American whole ugly women coming to Thailand and killing him. He says he's going to get Charlie Kirk. Literally, nobody cares about him.
fully taken care of and paid for. Sorry, you can't do it. It's just not, you're not able to
It's
qualify.
funny that this guy is doing this on Maine after he wiped his whole Passport Bro channel because Diorio made fun of him. But Diorio was the final straw, but when everybody else was roasting him for fucking like forever, he was okay with it. God.
For the program. So you have to have that sufficient money. Next, you have to have a clean criminal record. Okay, so if you have a criminal record where you're out there, you're doing bad things, whatever, not going to work.
Man, if I break 6 figures and I don't have the criminal record, then I just do have a criminal record. I haven't been caught yet. I don't know what to tell you.
And next, you have to have traveled to the country physically to meet the breeder, to meet the person you're going to breed with and have kids with. So whether you're a man or woman,
So like, I apply to be the host, I apply to be the American breeder. I get a letter in the mail saying, "Welcome to the American breeding program. This is your breeding applicant. You may now fly over to meet them." So you go over to meet them and you're like, "Hello, dear." And then you meet your breeding applicant and then you nod your head and go, "This one's good." Like, how do you connect? How does the breeding applicant and breeder, how do they meet? Right? Because you talk about them having like a level of connection and conversational fluency, right? So like, do they just meet naturally? Are there going to be like breeding mixers? Like, this actually is so poorly designed. I'm asking real questions to this stupid hypothetical, right? Like, I'm taking this as seriously as he's not taking it. I think a YA book was written about this. The word is slowly losing meaning. Like, I can't, like, how does a breedee and a breeder meet, right? Like, there has to be some formalized process where you're paired up. That's the only way I could see this making sense.
you got to go out there, you got to get on a plane, and you got to meet this person, right? You cannot stay in a...
But how do you meet this person to begin with? Do you get paired off with the breeding person, or is there like, yeah, like a breeding mixer? I know that sounds funny, but where else would you run into other people interested in being knocked up? Like, I feel like you would need to go out of your way, because like, people don't, I mean, on the internet everybody tells everything about themselves for some reason, right? But like, if somebody is like a normal person and they're in the real world, they don't just walk up to strangers and go, "I have a breeding fetish." They don't do that. I've never seen that happen. Okay, that's just, I've never like had a woman approach me or me approach a woman and then the first thing they tell me is, "I'm attracted to this insanely fucking weird fetish." It doesn't happen.
America and do mail order stuff. That's exploitative. That's wrong.
This is just mail order, but the mail is the one that's going to his order.
You're not actually...
Diesel, I have a breeding kink. I know you have a breeding kink, but this is the internet, and the internet's not real.
in love with that person, right? That's a scam.
So when you become an American breeder, do they send you like a magazine in the mail, and it's in like that big font across the top, and it says American Breeder on it, and there's like a cowboy, and he's like not wearing a shirt, and he's ripped, and he's got jeans on, and he's like looking out over the mountain, and then you open it up, and it has different profiles of different women, like it's the fucking Lord Farquaad magic mirror. Dude, I got the Sears catalog for women that I can knock up. Ooh, this one's pretty good. Ooh, this one's pretty good. Ooh, this one's pretty good.
None of that, right? You've got to go physically there, meet them. You got to got photos. You have to have proof that you're in love with this person. You got to show them messages. You got to show them backup. No marrying your cousin. None of this scam marriage stuff.
Breeders Digest. Breeders Digest.
This has to be 100% legit romantic relationship for a deeper purpose than just coming into the United States. All right. And I'm not going to limit this. We're not going to limit this for Americans because we want our Elon super babies, right?
Elon isn't producing super babies, by the way.
We want our Elon super baby. So Elon, obviously, he's got more than one woman here in his life, and this could work with a lady or whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter. We can be equal opportunity. If there's a female Elon out there, that can happen too, right? But we're not.
There's not a female Elon out there, unfortunately. Well, actually, there is. Her name's Elizabeth Holmes. Never mind. Sorry, I forgot. Freaks seem to all congregate within the same socioeconomic class.
Limiting this to one because we want all those American super babies in America.
There's no American this just sounds like white nationalism.
Once again, I think most people will only do one, but hey, let's leave the option open for America.
I'm sorry if you have that many children, you are a negligent parent. Okay?
Because they're American.
I just got out of the train and heard you say women don't tell you their wild fetishes first thing. What station stop is this?
Well, that's like assumedly normal, okay?
Protect both Americans and foreigners, male and female. Every gender, every person will be protected here, okay? So this is something that's going to protect everybody. Everybody will be safe. First of all, at any time, either party can terminate the visas.
Okay.
So if anybody wants out of this, they can get out of this. The only thing is, hey, if you're the foreigner coming to U.S., if you terminate this, you do have to go home. You do have to leave. You do have to go home. That's just the way.
Dude, wait, I don't... This actually sounds like the most horrible experience ever, right? So, like, if you're a poor... Let's be clear. If you're a poor woman... This is just sex trafficking with extra steps. Well, I was going to get to that with like a little bit of build up, but yes, right? Like if you're a poor woman and you're looking to escape your situation in life, you may pair off with a foreign man in order to get away from that situation, right? But then you become beholden to appeasing that man that you have assigned yourself with your breeding thing, right? So now, if you ever break it off with that man, you get deported to your home country, despite possibly being as American as the rest of us, okay? Because being American, anyone can be American, contrary to popular belief. Sorry. All right? But, like, now you're going to get deported because, what? The guy wanted to end. You could just hang the visa over their head at any time. All right? Like, they could be... That's it. This is insane.
Way it is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if you want to get out of the marriage, you can, but you have to leave. Yeah.
Sorry, it sucks, but you got to go home, right? Within 2 years, you have to have a child together. Now,
This is insane. This is insane. I'm sorry. What kind of... All right, millennial generation, all right? Is 2 years too quickly to have a child? Because I would argue 2 years is too quick.
I'm not saying have a marriage because I believe a marriage, and I'm a religious person, a Christian.
You are going to hell. You're going to hell, you fucking vicious sinner. You disgusting freak. God damn. I know I swear at his name. But this is the most adulterous, horribly demonic thing ever, okay? You should be fucking struck with lightning.
Specifically, and I believe marriage is between you and God, and many people believe that as well, right? That's a very common belief. You do not necessarily need to go into the eyes of the state to have a kid, right? I get that. We're in a modern era. Things are different and things are changing. Okay. But you got to prove yourself to the country by having a child that literally...
You got to prove yourself to This is actually... I think that... I can't say what I was going to say, but this is bad.
Gives you something linking you to the country, a reason to stay there, and also a reason to stay with the partner. Because once again, at any time this is terminable, so you've got to...
Yeah, some people take ages to get pregnant, even when they are trying a lot. 2 years is deranged.
Stay with that partner. The foreign applicant, the foreign breeder, can only apply for one visa per...
Well, okay, so ladies, if you get trafficked once... You can't get trafficked the same way again. Oh, thank God.
Per lifetime. So they have to think carefully. They cannot monkey branch. They cannot go to a different person. They have to stay with the person that they applied with.
That's horrible. That's horrible. So like, let's say I'm a woman and no, that's just why do I even need to justify arguing this? Why do I even need to argue this? This is just government enforced sex trafficking.
This ensures this is for a true romantic purpose and not for a scam. And this needs to be
This is literally just government sex trafficking.
heavily enforced by ICE agents. We're hiring more ICE.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Guys, if you don't have a baby in the next 2 years, the Gestapo are gonna show up and rip you away from your man. Oh, well, great.
Agents. Maybe Pokemon can advertise for ICE again so they are able to get enough agents to actually enforce this. We need way more ICE agents. Foreign breeder must be unmarried abroad. So they've got to have no husband, wife, whatever they are, they got to have nobody abroad. So there's nothing abroad, and there's any form of fraud is caught.
This is such like on so many levels. Like, hold on, did he say, is he a libertarian? Is this guy a libertarian? Because this is the most government interventionist shit ever. This stands in direct contrast of like the entire core ethos of what like a libertarian would be, right? I think he's like MAGA. No, he's full on MAGA. All right, can we just like call a spade a spade? These people are just totalitarian. This is totalitarian. Okay? In no way, shape, or order do I want the government involved so deeply in the pregnancies that I bestow upon the world, okay? I don't want you involved in my romantic life or my sex life as much as this.
For immediate deportation and possible criminal penalties. So if they're lying about a husband or lying about children, that's not going to work.
I've never listen, man. If you ever want to like, he is acting like a straw man that a libertarian would make up. Like, what if the government started tracking whether or not you were having this is an insane argument.
The American host is not financially responsible for any foreign dependent children. So if you have any children abroad, they are not responsible for those.
That's insane. Okay, holy shit. What do you look, man, if you hook up with a lady, right? And then you like tie off the kid like and have a kid with them, right? And then you're like, "Hey, get the fuck out of here, bitch." Like there's no way, like if you're, let's say best case scenario, 2 people breed, and they have a child, and then other foreign children appear. Like, oh, well, don't worry, you don't need to take care of those other kids. Well, then I'm sorry, but like, you're taking in all these people, but you're allowed to neglect the other children that you've taken on. When you have a child with someone, there comes with a lot of responsibility and baggage, okay? I'm sorry, but like when you date someone that has a child, you have to like and you like break off into like a permanent relationship of any kind, right? Well, hey, sorry, but like you're gonna become responsible for those children, and if not, well then you're just like a horrible person.
The foreigner has to be up to date on their stuff there. If they're hiding those from you, if they're lying to you, that could also be fraud, right? So they better disclose to you all their situation, whether they're, secretly married or whatever else. They better disclose all that stuff, right? All that stuff better come out, right? Because otherwise they're going back to the country.
Has he lost his mind? Is this guy crazy? What happened to him?
Up entry per year. So first you're going to want a pilot program, and then you're going to want to increase it over time. You're going to want to do very in-depth interviews to make sure these people are genuinely romantically in love with each other.
I don't understand. How would these people, okay. So like one person in this situation is going to be in a much rawer deal than the other person, right? So there's no way to definitively and objectively determine that they are romantically entwined, right? You can make inferences, but you can't know 100%. People can very easily lie, especially when it comes to this kind of romance, right? There's so many things here that are like This is a recipe for disaster any which way you dice it.
And make sure there's no security issues like terrorism, which is what unfortunately happened in the issue with the guardsman, Miss Beckstrom, who passed away in America very, very recently. We don't want anybody who's a terrorist coming in, male or female. So we need a
Nick Rakita and Legal Mindset were always like right wing, but like I can't. If you were a Republican in the year of 2015 and you made these arguments, you would be laughed out of the room. This is like completely beyond. I'm so the Overton window is a stupid concept, but like this is, if we're talking about like, if you want to be included in the cohort of Republicans before we like all lost our mind, this is like a complete non-starter.
very good security vetting of both of these individuals. So Trump's already signed off. I think he's got Melania here. Once again, he understands the ability to go abroad, find somebody.
I'm not even gonna fucking break all of this down. Do I really? Guys, rich billionaire goes overseas to find models to sleep with. Not the same thing. He's pairing off with women that are like socialites in high society. Like this is not the same thing, right? Like you'd be getting paired off with like a minimally educated like Lithuanian who has like a high school diploma, and then you financially support them in every shape or way, right? If I'm trying to like get the guy to realize that it would be a lot of responsibility, fella, that would be a lot of responsibility. Okay, it is not the same thing as someone of high society also hooking up with someone of high society. Parentheses on both of those, derogatory.
And get married, breed, have kids. I mean, this is something he knows about himself. So in my mind, he's already signed off. And then this is a potential money printer. We've got The Bachelor, The Bachelorette meets 90 Day Fiance. These are all
potential money printer. This is, I'm sorry, but this is the most, you are describing what I could only describe as a fucking capitalist cyberpunk
Baba Booey.
nightmare.
It's very ironic that he's talking about the National Guard shooting. Guy who did the shooting worked for the CIA and has since believes the 2020 election was stolen. Wild he's making that connection.
Yeah, I wasn't even gonna address that, but yes. The guy who didn't miss was a former agent of the CIA working in a Black Ops unit. Which, by the way, their unit name was called Zero Unit. But I just, the idea of a government like backed 90 Day Fiance is horrible, because 90 Day Fiance isn't about two people falling in love. Big Ed is like a fucking freak, dude. Like, you would get nothing but freaks. Like, I don't know what universe you would get like eligible bachelors signing up for this, because well-earning rich men who are high achievers don't have trouble finding women, and then most of them probably aren't interested in pregnancy, but like, Jesus.
wildly popular shows that make a bunch of money. Guess what? The federal government
This is like, actually, Trump comes out, it's time for American Breeder.
can run this, and they can make some money off of this instead of losing money.
This is like, I would sit down in my apartment in Night City, eat a scop dog, and then watch this shit.
You can actually make money and justify yourself and your existence. Isn't that crazy? Wouldn't that be good if we had this, running and they were making money and it paid for the administration paid for itself? Wouldn't that be crazy? Well, we could do that. We got Big Ed over here, so we'll have that breeding version, right?
The breeding version, fellas. This is like me. What if we had like really thick goblins on television? What if we had that, guys? Don Draper turns to the room. Hear me out. Big breasts on TV.
Absolutely hilarious, great comedy, great stuff. It'd be fantastic. Then we got a pilot program. I would like to nominate Asmund.
I don't think we should do that at all. I think we should. I don't think we should. I don't think we should.
Golden Gran, if you from Five Hearts Under One Roof, the actress for Gran. If you haven't seen the love between them, absolutely adorable.
Oh, Asmongold is like, this hot, clearly attractive Asian woman is attractive. I'm sorry, Asmund, she would never be into you. Okay? And if she is, well, I mean, you are rich, but I don't know how much of a buff that gives you when you don't bathe.
I love it. So cute. So cute.
Finally got a bit of free time now, huh? Yes.
This is a video game, by the way. This is like a dating video game. It's like a dating FMV game. What is the name of the game that he's playing? Because I desperately want to play it for stream because I think it'll be funny. So somebody tell me what this is.
Look at how tense your shoulders are. Can you help me with my stance? I think it's catcher, right? Like help her. It's catch, right? Oh God.
We got to make it happen between these two. And
For stream. Sounds like a gooning stream. Guys, I played the Coffin of Andy and Lele, okay? What did you guys expect?
see what happens there.
At least I know how to have fun with it. I'm not really like into that. I mean, yeah, like what kind of guy doesn't like big breasts? Like, I guess, but like, you what? Yes. That was a while ago.
I've got a special Korean lady in my life I'd think about for this, but we'll have to see whether she agrees with me. Next, guys, we've got _legal_mindset. This is my TikTok. And then we've got legal.mindset. That's my Instagram. Please like.
Okay. Well, I don't I don't need to follow you. I'm good. Hold on. There is more. So like okay, so the breeding fast facts is the short version of the live stream. Is that what I'm hearing? Okay, this is 40 minutes long.
I'm up bright and early today. Moo Dang, she's got her Thailand hat on. We're doing it. Breeding is not criminal. It is not illegal.
I mean, yeah, breeding isn't okay, all right. No. Let's talk about okay, why aren't the American people having children? Okay. Why aren't the American people having children? Here we go. Drama streamer figures out how to solve the United States demographic crisis. Okay, here it goes. All right. That's a big question you've asked me, chat. You didn't ask that, but that's a big question you're asking. Okay, first of all, being alive in America is very expensive. The cost, I believe this is a follow-up stream. I think this is prior though, because this is December 2nd. Oh, yeah. I guess it is a follow-up. Yeah. All right. But rearing a child, raising a child is very expensive, okay? Educated people are less likely to have children, simple as. Yeah, because there's like a lot of reasons for that, and the reasons aren't like one-to-one. But like you're more likely to have less children the more educated you are. Majority of like there's like a lot of Americans have a college degree. But like I know for a lot of people my age, of which many of the folks my age are in that like prime breeding era, okay? I've had conversations with other people. I actually spoke with somebody today about that. I know it's a very strange coincidence, but we were talking about that, and their reasoning was, one, they just didn't want to, but two, it's too expensive. It's too expensive to raise a child. There's no, like, sure, you have the most beautiful experience of raising a child, but then also, children are really expensive, okay? Can confirm kids are flipping expensive. Yeah, that's the big thing. There was I read a Substack. God, I'm getting old. Oh, Diesel listens to NPR. Oh, Diesel listens to podcasts. Oh, Diesel read a Substack. All right, millennial. Why don't you take your corny ass back to BuzzFeed? It kind of went viral on like finance Twitter, I guess. But this guy who's like I think he works in like a stock. Are you millennial? No, I'm a Zoomer. But like there's a guy, he works in like the stocks or like finance or something. And he wrote a Substack about how the poverty line hasn't raised, right? I mean, I'm explaining it very poorly, but like, oh, the poverty line hasn't raised. And if we accounted for like inflation, if we counted for all of the changes in the economy and the rate of poverty actually expanded at the appropriate rate, right? The rate of like poverty would not be like, what is it, like fucking under 40,000, under 30,000 or something like that here in the United States. I don't know, some really low number like that. He's like, when I account for everything and I run the math, and he did all the math in the article. It's actually a very convincing article that I'm butchering right now. It was something like $140,000 is what it takes to live comfortably, right? Because when you're broke, and again, I'm explaining this very poorly, so please seek this out. Please do not take me as financial advice or anything like that. I'm just kind of yapping uneducatedly. The guy was explaining how when you're broke, you get all these subsidies from the government. So like your health insurance is free or paid for. Childcare and food sometimes can be free and paid for. Or it's partially covered, right? Or you get your food partially covered by food stamps. And then as you start to gain money, all of those benefits go away. You lose food stamps, you lose free health insurance, and then all of a sudden you're making more money, but more of your money is leaving than entering on the basis of all of those things that you now have to pay for. So now your food bill is increased because you don't have food stamps to help subsidize that. Now your healthcare cost is increased because you don't have the free healthcare to subsidize that. And the rate of expense from those items is higher than the rate of your gains from your income. And so after he did the math, the way that it would work out, if you wanted to not just stay afloat, you would need to earn something like $140,000 a year. And he's like, so that should be the new poverty line, because you need that much in order to live like a life and not constantly be treading water to getting impoverished because of how expensive living has gotten. Yeah, you get stuck in a poverty cycle. Yeah, he was explaining the poverty cycle, but then he needed to like use that to explain why the way that we count what counts as being impoverished isn't working anymore, and why people who make more still say that they don't have a lot, right? And how it causes animosity because the guy who's making 80K a year looks at the guy who's making 30K a year and he's like, that guy gets everything for free. I fucking hate that guy, right? And how much of a problem it makes because that other guy is also like struggling, but they don't get the benefits that the other guy gets. So it's like, yes, it keeps you in a poverty trap, but it was much more complicated than that. Gestational diabetes is crazy. It's crazy expensive. Pregnancy is not something that people should just jump into. Yellow fever mindset.
You enjoy watching Yellow Fever Mindset?
I mean, you know, he's a guy. He's clearly got something. But yeah, it was something like 140K. I keep like playing with my cup and I just like threw it into my lap, but I caught it, so it's okay. But yeah, the entire purpose of it was like, maybe we should raise this poverty line. And so that way, you know, more people qualify for benefits. We need to like do something because we're going off of numbers from 1955.
We're going to talk about that today because apparently we got in the naughty boy camp and we exposed that Twitch and Reddit ban any talk of procreation that they
I don't think that's why they banned the talk of procreation in your case.
ban the difference between men and female. That is actually illegal on Twitch and Reddit, that you cannot talk about.
Guys, it's actually illegal. Guys, why can't I talk about all the hardcore sex I want to have on this private platform? I hate how we just like arbitrarily draw these lines.
Fact that men and women are different, or you cannot promote breeding, you cannot promote
You
procreation.
cannot promote. I don't know how you can say that you're a breeding promoter without sounding like the cringiest dude in history. If I met a guy and he told me his job was breeding promoter, I'd actually laugh at him.
So apparently that is a violation of the TOS of Reddit and Twitch. And we have Asmongold pretty much confessing that today, talking about how you cannot talk about this. And I want to put out that this is indeed a major issue here, ladies and gentlemen. The Overton window that shifts so.
It's not even like it. This isn't an Overton window thing. The thing that you suggested was like actually criminal.
insanity. Meanwhile, they are promoting literal breeding with demons. And I'm not even making this
Oh boy, I think that call is coming from inside the house, buddy.
stuff up. This is not me talking about, this is not me talking about crazy stuff. This is literal talking about breeding with demons. Totally okay. Breeding with
I mean, I will say, I think breeding with demons sounds pretty hot. So you're gonna have to really try and win me over.
humans, not okay. Like normal human.
I also think my idea of an actual quote unquote evil demon and his idea of an evil demon are very different.
procreation, not okay. You're gonna ride essentially what is like Baal or Beelzebub. That's okay. Or aliens or whatever.
Bro, I'm sorry. Baal or Beelzebub, buddy. Okay?
Else. Fucking aliens is okay, right? But not
Even better.
humans.
Well,
No, we
I mean, I guess you're just kind of fucking an alien with extra steps when you're talking about your breeding program.
can't talk about that, right? So we're gonna get into this today. I know it's gonna be. I know people may think it's a little unhinged, whatever, but
This
you may
is unhinged.
yell. But this is something that when I
Guys, does he kind of look like a melting Richard Spencer?
I see a platform moving in a direction that's insane, I got to call it out. In Twitch and Reddit, I've been pretty consistent about calling those out, and they have a lot of things to worry about. Now, we're going to talk about the Casey Tron settlement tonight. Definitely stay tuned for that one, because that's going to be a great episode talking about that. The fast facts for this one, I just felt passionate, so I cranked out this live. The fast facts were
Yeah,
editing
you cranked out this. You cranked it out.
those now, so that'll be out later. So when I do the Casey Tron live, after
Oh
that one, I'll have that.
God.
It breed the xenomorph queen and try me fuke boy.
Ah, that's I mean, it's not like a really crazy hear me out, really, but like, I think. Nah, I got some bad ones. Never mind. You're all right, Axis. I can't even fight. I can't. He who lives in glass houses shall not do nude yoga.
One feed into the fast facts for this video. But I
His evil demon is Western women.
couldn't
Oh,
believe it in
well.
some of the video we have today. Of course, we've got a PP today. A little bit of stuff in the
He thinks Western women are woke and demons and trying to Charlie Kirk him. Look, if there's one thing Western women can't do, it's shoot a gun. So I think he's fine.
former PP, because I wanted to make sure I reiterated some stuff and I gave some extra details that people said in the comments about this.
Breeding isn't
but-
illegal. This guy's lost his mind. There's no universe where this guy. I can't even be mad or like I can't even feign like a comedic jest. Like, how am I supposed to take this any other way?
But yeah, we're going to get into breeding isn't illegal. So obviously, look, in my original take, I talked about how, and I'm still
He thinks he's being gang stalked by Antifa agents, but they're always old white women. I feel like there are some guys that are like, oh, I'm afraid I might get Charlie Kirked. I'm a lot like him. I'm a transgressive youth whisperer. It's like, you're a niche internet micro celebrity covering the absolute fringes of politics. You are not going to get Charlie Kirk. Nobody gives a shit about you.
Got a bit of a cold here, so sorry guys, I'm going to be reaching back for a tissue a little bit, but I talked about how weight is a problem. Now I did focus. I was a little mean there. Maybe I focused on it first. I said, okay, well,
what's your BMI legal mindset? What's your BMI? Can we get a body fat index as well while we're at it? What's your percentage? Are you sub 13% body fat? All of that extra fat is bad. At a certain point, we could start asking questions about whether or not you're pre-diabetic or not.
ladies need to cut down. And no, it's the guys too, right? Everybody needs to cut down weight, right, in the U.S. It is a problem, but that's a subjective standard, although there are ways to make it objective through health and fitness tests, right? The bigger thing is to look at the problem is birth rates. Birth rates are down. They're down in most developed countries. That's a major issue, right? And apparently...
He's the Charlie Kirk of Thailand. His words verbatim.
As a man, men like this, not Diesel or my boys in chat, could be more lonely.
I don't know what to say to any of this. So, to the Charlie Kirk of Thailand, look, man, I don't like Charlie Kirk. I'm tired that people keep saying that Charlie Kirk was having conversations on campuses. The motherfucker was rage baiting for clicks on the internet because it sowed discord and divide between the populace. All right. But the guy's legacy has been absolutely bastardized by people trying to just like determine who he was as a person and then say they're just like him. The amount of people who have tried to just to carry the flame of Charlie Kirk and completely bastardized his entire existence for their own personal career game is insane. It's like all of you fucking vultures see like this big void needing to be filled. So you keep saying, ooh, me, I'm just like Charlie Kirk. No, you aren't. No, you aren't. It's actually just like abysmal and like in so many ways, by the way, also super anti-Christian, in my opinion, that you're doing this to this man's legacy. I just... Guess I'm defending the evil guy this time, but like maybe like, you know, instead of a billion live streamers saying me next, like you're not him. 1, 2, you need to stop saying you are him. Because, like, all you're doing is the exact thing you claim the other side is doing, which is, like, defacing his legacy with jokes, right? Because there's no way I could view that in any positive way, right? By saying, I'm like him, but I'm still alive. It's like, you're you. What is, like, what kind of, like, dragon are you chasing here?
Talking about this and the promotion of this will get you banned off of Twitch and Reddit. And that was essentially confirmed by Asmongold, who essentially came out and said, yeah, you know, this isn't something the mods were doing. This is something that I endorse, that I'm okay with. I am totally okay with banning people off of this because...
I would argue that Asmongold is probably unfamiliar with the context of the breeding visa. Granted, Asmongold is not like an educated political actor in the slightest. Okay, like he's very much completely like he's not plugged in, right? The culture war is not being plugged into discourse. It's just not. The culture war almost exists like on a completely parallel track right next to all the other stuff going on.
Because we're walking on thin ice. So I don't want to think that I'm quoting him out of context. So let me play the actual clip that he said this in, and I'll have that kind of zipped into the fast facts as well. But let's play the actual video where they talk about how this is banned off of these platforms. So here it is. Here's the reaction to this.
Why it gets banned. I'm gonna tell y'all the real reason why it gets banned.
Real reason
is because we are on a razor's edge. We are on a razor's edge. We are inches, centimeters, millimeters, micrometers away from getting fucking suspended.
So this tells you nothing I said in that video, was anything that was insane or crazy. It is promotion of procreation between human beings. Literally,
Why are we trying to downplay what you said? Yeah, what in the clip chimp is this, dude?
I talk about an existing visa program in Japan that has this exact same thing, just mine adds more criteria, right? But they're all legal standards. Nothing in that as at all misandrist or misogynist, right? In fact, I talk about protections for both men and women. It's very balanced, right? I equaled it out. I balanced that thing out. And I, by the way, do not promote that. If I see anybody on my channel, being completely misandrist or misogynist, that's hating men or women completely, I will ban you, right? I will ban you. Both sides of this, right? On both sides of this. It's not okay. But Reddit doesn't even allow talking about normal conversation.
On a razor's edge for saying what? For talking about the breeding visa. I don't know what Asmongold. This is like such a clip chimp. I don't know what Asmongold is talking about.
Right? This is insane. And Twitch too, right? Because Twitch is part of this.
So anything like my mods, I allow them to be overzealous because we are in hostile
Got a little lag here, sorry guys.
territory. Okay? We're in hostile territory. We are behind enemy lines. We're in the eye of the storm.
Okay, let me hold on. Let me play this. Let me see if I can fix this a little bit because my internet's getting a little bit wonky. So we're gonna go down to 720. All right. Maybe this is gonna make it a little better. All right, let's try this. Let's try 720.
Okay? So that's the situation with where we're at. So things might get deleted for that reason. And OP here, I thought it was a strange video. I don't know if it is or not. I have no idea. I haven't seen it. But like my point is that, you see something like this, anything else, like that's really the reason why, is that we are very, very careful. Probably a screenshot I'm tweeting about you and Grant is trolling, pretty sure. Yeah, we just having a little bit of fun. It's not a big deal.
He's upset because he was banned from Asmon's Reddit from posting his vid to it.
Yeah, and once again, I'm not mad whether or not he reviews it. I mean, once again, it's his encumbrance to review whatever videos he wants to review. He can react to whatever he wants to react to. What's an issue is that that's going to get you banned off a platform. And once again, it's something that's not that controversial. People should be able to talk about this.
It's not that the talking about breeding is controversial. It's a breeding passport. Like, you're moving the goalpost. Like, this is such a bold-faced moving. Like, you're moving the goalpost, okay? You're changing the argument. The argument was not this. The argument was not about how we need to be having more babies. The argument that you were making was a hypothetical argument for the existence of a breeding visa, okay, which is tantamount with a sex license, it's fucking weird.
On Reddit should be able to talk about this on Twitch and say, hey, look, what visa program, right? This is a visa. This is something, by the way, you need to have to be in another country long term. That's the difference between someone that's visiting, right, for a little bit and someone who lives there, right? I live abroad. I have to have a visa when I was in Korea. I have to have a visa when I'm here in Thailand because I stay here for a long time, right? In America, you can't just visit, right, from most countries. Some you can, Europe, whatever. But if you want to stay there for a year, 2 years, 3 years, you have to have a visa. You have to have a reason to be there, a permission to be in that country, right? So that's something very, very normal, very, very basic, right? But that's too much. But look at what they're doing on the same hand. And this is something also from Asmongold, right? And I wanted to point out, on the same hand, they are stealing your money as a creator. Let's play this.
Ad time per hour, 7 seconds. Oh my God. So they cutting down, now I'm not getting, I don't get any fucking money. So they spam ads on my channel. Oh my God. They're running ads on my shit and I don't even get any money. Crazy, you don't get turbo too? I don't get turbo, I don't get anything.
So they're literally committing fraud and or theft, right? They're stealing ad money.
This is cartoonish. This is cartoonish.
Stealing ad revenue. And while they're stealing this ad revenue, right? and they're okay stealing with theft, right?
Me when I'm making less money because I'm not as interesting as I used to be. I'm being robbed by YouTube.
Right? They're essentially taking money that should be his money and not paying him. That's okay. But talking about male and female procreation is not okay. Are you insane? Right? Are you insane? Right? That's like that to me is ridiculous. That they can steal, but you can't talk about men and women having babies, right? How is
You are making up an argument. Does he just say that his argument was a different thing than the other thing the entire time? Does he just say that actually I was just talking about why we need to have more babies for the entire thing? Because that's not what the argument was.
that? How is that a real world? What real world are we living in? And that's why these platforms need to go. That's why they need to be regulated. That's why we need to take them down. And that's why if I see anything,
Well, these platforms probably do need to be regulated. We also probably need to break up a bunch of monopolies, but or oligopolies or whatever they call it.
that's coming, and any sort of karmic justice coming for Twitch or Reddit, you better believe I'll be covering that. And we're going to cover the Klein, once again, the Casey Tron settlement here, which I think, by the way, may help in bringing some justice against those Twitch and Reddit mods, or especially, excuse me, for the Klein settlement, it's Reddit and Discord. So Reddit and Discord in the Klein settlement. But once again, giving some justice to Reddit, cleaning those up, cleaning house, that is something that needs to be done. Right, something needs to be done. I'll take a little break here before we go on with the BP and continue on with this. But let me just take some of these super chats here before.
Okay, well, that's fine. That's fine. Why do all these like law tubers have like this cornball Zoomer or not Zoom, like a Zoom? They have like Zoom as their like primary streaming device, dude. Like holy shit. Like, is there? Do I need to watch the rest of this, KJ? Assuming you are here, dude. Am I missing out on something? Some breeding related drama?
Baba Booey.
Joke's on him, you aren't allowed to talk about breeding visas because Dan is a passport bro. You know how he loves the thirst streamers.
God, what a stupid video. Let's see. I'll listen to it a little more.
We get into the breeding with demons part because you guys
Oh
are
yeah, the breeding with demons.
Dayhawk said very catchy title for 999. Thank you so much. Stoner Moo 200 type bot song. All right, so let's get into breeding with demons. All right, so this is crazy.
Breeding with
This is
demons.
crazy stuff. I listened to this was on a Shoe on Head video, which I'm going to play for you guys. I cannot believe this. These are the protagonists of these certain.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You cannot be serious, dude. Holy shit!
I'm going to call them female gooner smut.
This guy is like, I have a breeding fetish. He is dude, he's actually yucking somebody's yum right now. He's doing it for real.
Novels, right? This is just a straight up bull. This is a fucking bull, right?
That is, first of all, that's a minotaur first. You fucking uneducated swine.
It's a bull. Once again, could be ball, right? This is a lizard person. I mean, this could be an alien, right? I mean, it could be anything. It's supposed to be a dragon, whatever, right? They are, and look at the
Chuck Tingle is right over there, and he's saying nothing.
name of the book. The name of the book is A Deal with a Demon.
Why are you showing the full title of this book, mister?
It's literally A Deal with a Demon. These people are out
A
here.
Deal with the Demon novel. Hold on. Let me look that up. Deal with the Demon novel. Let's see. With a demon. All right. So that one is called A Dragon's Bride, by the way, by Katie Robert. It's a New York Times bestselling author, which I know is just like a it's not that. It's like it's advertised. A Demon's Queen, and it's like a lady chained up with her like sitting next to a demon. A Demon's Bargain. It's just like a lady who like really wants to fuck like a tiefling. A Kraken Sacrifice. Damn, this lady gets around. The Succubus's Prize. Okay. These aren't really... I need to just read one of these to figure out what the fuck the girlies are on about, man.
Fantasizing about breeding with actual demons over human procreation. And this
Guys, it's a fantasy. What the fuck have you... What was Asmongold playing? He was playing a dating game. It's called a fantasy.
stuff, if you go to Reddit and you go to Twitch, you can hear people talking about these novels, these female
They are books.
Gunnar Smut novels. These are totally
Why is his Gunnar okay, but somebody else's Gunnar not okay? I don't understand.
okay, right? I don't think these were the Nephilim. I think the Nephilim were something different in the Bible.
Nephilim were the progeny of humans and angels, and they became giants. So
I've been reading the Genesis and stuff again. I think the Nephilim would. I have a theory on the Nephilim, but that's totally different, right? So, anyways, this is fucking demonic. This is
Oh, they're absolutely trash diesel. It's women's of equivalent of harem isekai hentai.
okay. Well, you know, a man can't impress they them unless he can order in fluent woke. You know.
some shit, right? And this is okay, but literally saying that a man and a woman should have babies and can have babies.
This guy is actually, he is making up an enemy right now. I have never seen somebody more bold. He is making this up. He is just making up an enemy right now. He's like, it's crazy how they say that this is okay, but the other is not. Am I right? As if these two things are related in the slightest.
Is not okay. Are you serious? You're gonna judge us for that? You're really gonna judge us for that? Let me put this here. This is also a problem, right? So fat Eric Cartman here, right? You know, people say, okay, you know, they're complaining about this, whatever. You know, a lot of people give me pushback. If you're looking like Eric Cartman from World of Warcraft, yeah, you got it. You got to get some exercise. You got to do some push-ups. You got to get your finances right. You got to not be looking like Eric Cartman. I get it. A lot of my PNG tuber haters, this is what they look like. I'm very convinced that almost all of my haters, this is their like spitting image.
Is it appropriate to call this guy the F slur? Because this guy is some corny shit, dude. What an absolute I've never seen a more porcelain man. What is it? I'm sorry. I'm dealing with too many fucking annoying grown men that haven't like gotten their emotional centers regulated, dude. Dudes will do anything except go to therapy, dude. Brother looks like the guy that gets excited when the fajita come out sizzling and he's busy bitching about breeding on the internet.
Right? Especially if they hide behind a little anime PNG, they're probably looking like this, right?
Guys, I'm not owned. My haters are ugly.
As well. So the ladies complain, the men complain. I get it. My buddy Ryan, he's doing a Cyber Monday special on his cybersecurity course. I'm going to have him back on with somebody to give a testimonial about the training they're doing hacking AI right now. So that's going to happen in the next week or two. But this special for Cyber Monday is
only talking about Nick, by the way. Oh, so he's talking about Nicholas Diorio right there?
Only happening, it ends today, right? Like in the next 24 hours or so. So that's in the link in the description if you guys are interested in his course. If you're complaining, I don't have enough money, or in the comments, you're like, I don't have the money. Get a training. It's down. It's super discounted, 50% off.
Man, when he advertises. Okay, hold
Breaking
on.
the
What?
scale. This is down to number 5 or number 4. And frankly, I'm with "What are you doing, you sick?" And I'm not going to say the word. You can read it, right? This
Okay, all right.
is breaking the scale in wrongness in my book.
I need to know what you mean by this.
And it just absolutely needs to stop. It absolutely needs to stop. Let's see here. Sleazy says, I'm going to make a bunch of Wasian babies. I will make the first Roman Wasian legion.
I think that I don't know what happened, but I think Nietzsche was right in that when we killed God, that the things we replaced him with were not any better.
I love it. I love it. Amster Ty said, I like your content in general, but it feels a bit forced to drag people like Aspen Golden this. Looking forward to you covering Case Strand. Yeah, it's coming later. That should be something where Twitch and Reddit are regulated. They are sued, right? Or they are otherwise required to allow this sort of content, right? So this is a thing that YouTube admitted to. They admitted to viewpoint discrimination, right? Tory, right? This is something where you're coming down here. Are you serious? Mark Reality says, I've seen a lot
Oh my God. Seen a lot of glory. Yeah, Morning Glory Milking Farm.
of banter about Morning Glory Milking Farm, so I bought a copy for a woman I know. Am I in trouble? Okay, here we go. I'm going to play the clip from Morning Glory Milking Farm. You guys...
Oh my God. I think that I'll just go read it myself. I don't really want to listen to Shoe on Head.
Yeah, so this is what is being promoted. This is totally...
I guess I'll go back and listen to it. Sorry, I'm such a sucker for knowing.
I'm just gonna...
When the bill arrived, she attempted to pull a handful of carefully folded bills from her wristlet before he stopped her. No, that's absolutely not happening. Put that away. She'd not thought about it until the day after their first
Yeah, I was gonna say Shoe on Head knows a thing or two about being chained up, dude.
dinner together, realizing that in mortification that she ought
Is Shoe on Head a grifter? I don't know. It depends which political tuber you watch. Some of them say yes, some of them say no. I just say, remember that time that Shoe on Head was in a relationship with Armored Skeptic, and he would chain her up like a dog next to his desk because they were kind of in on that?
to have attempted to pay her half. What kind of feminist are you? She asked herself. She couldn't remember the last time she'd been out and hadn't paid for her half, including her coffee date with Carson Tinsley. She had come prepared that night, several weeks of her tips smoothed and tucked into her wristlet. But I didn't even offer to pay half the other night and shouldn't have. Violet. If the commanding rumble of his voice hadn't silenced
Just
her,
wait for it.
the heat of his hand dropping to her knee would've. I don't want you to feel like I don't want you to feel that you don't have any agency here. I might be the one giving all the orders, but you hold all the cards. Your comfort is the only thing that counts right now. And if I overstep, I want you to know you can tell me so. But that's not happening. Don't think I'm unaware we're at different points in our careers. You can say no, you can say you don't want to see me again, you can tell me to stop coming to the farm when you're working. It's dinner, not a down payment of your time, but I'm in a position to comfortably spoil someone. So when you're with me, I'm spoiling you. End of story.
Okay, wait for it here. Remember, this is a
I'm
bull.
waiting.
This is a bull. This is a bull. She's on a date with a bull.
Okay.
She was she was a good feminist, she told herself, and she definitely couldn't.
I will say the writing is kind of leaving quite a lot to be desired, but you know, I mean, I've definitely read better smut. I can already tell that if I'm settling down to read this, I've read better.
Be bought. But if he had suggested at that moment that he would have appreciated a blowjob, she would have fallen face first on his cock with an open mouth without a shred of hesitation.
All right, well, there wasn't any like build up there. It's no Dostoevsky, but it is what it is. Okay. So, when I've read a good, and they're always from a woman's perspective, when I've read a good Gunnar novel, and I have, there are better, more fun novels like that, right? There's usually like some buildup. But in this clip that we're reading of this excerpt of the book, it just kind of sounds like they're having a romantic evening and then hard cut. And it kind of just doesn't really, it doesn't let me get into the space, right? You know what I mean? Because even though it's from like a woman's perspective, if I'm reading something like this, I can kind of I can empathize because I'm a fucking human, right? And I can like, oh, I see where this is going. This is kind of hot. This is kind of neat. Oh, like that's really like good, right? But like that was just kind of like, bull penis, you know?
Yeah, so this is what is being promoted. This is totally okay. Face first on a bull, right? Face first on a bull is totally all right. Yeah, exactly. People in the chat. No.
It's not really that outrageous. You were talking about a breeding fetish. Are we really gonna like? Whatever. Wait. It's not like you're falling onto the penis, dude.
Hold on. Where is this? Oh man, it's been a while since I played this one. Here we go.
Dude, what is this? A fucking tipster stream? What the fuck, bro? Come on.
Thank you very much for all of your lovely art as well.
Also, why are you putting Maury Callipy in here? Doesn't she have like bad rap music to make or something?
Some of it a little loose.
Dude, ladies, if you were in a forest and you saw a minotaur and a man, which one would you choose? The minotaur or the man?
Dude. To those of you drawing me with horses, y'all are into some fucked up shit, and I hope you get the help you need. I really truly I hope you get the help you need.
They need some help. They need some Jesus. All right.
Why is that where we draw the line? I'm sorry. It's clearly fake. Nobody's gonna get laid by a minotaur anytime soon. Why are we getting so much? This is such a performative fuss you're making. You can't tell me you as a grown man in what, your 40s are like getting this mad about women reading books about fucking a minotaur who is polite, by the way.
Right. This is not okay. All right. This is not okay. Right. Yeah. Rima cameo. Yes. That's exactly right. Elam just wants to make Haramase Simba. No. Like who are like promoted, right? Versus the other thing. I know book talk is a big thing, so I'll mention that. What in the Florida is going on in this stream? I know. I didn't think this stuff was real till I looked it up.
You are actually putting in way too much fucking. Go back. You're no thespian, okay? You're no thespian legal mindset.
But I'm like, no, this is where we're at right now.
Listen, guys, the West has fallen. The West has fallen. Women want to sleep with a polite minotaur instead of me.
Radcon Hazard said, "What in the 50 shades?"
This is like pearl clutching, beyond pearl clutching.
Did I join that on? This is once again what they're promoting and what they're saying is totally okay, right? Meanwhile, if you like this, right? So if you like this, if this is attractive to you, and this is 2D or 3D, right? And you're a man, and once again, women, hold on for a second. But if you're
what are we doing? Oh, are those actually? I don't think I've played Stellar Blade. I haven't finished it, but I don't think either of those are actual outfits that Eve has in Stellar Blade. I know Eve in Stellar Blade is modeled after a real woman though, but like they are okay. I must have not unlocked those. I felt like the red outfit I've seen, but I think I might have that in black in the game. You get them by fishing. That's why I don't have them. I don't play the fucking fishing game. You need to come to terms with the fact that he's calling the character a bull in the red pill sense. I feel like most people have moved on from the women are sexualized in video games arguments. No, because Poos, it came back when Stellar Blade happened. So it's not like done, it's just like it'll get reinvigorated every now and again. And that was one of the times that it became reinvigorated.
Man, and you like this, it's a crime. No, it's not. I'm sorry. Liking Stellar Blade because the character is sexy, or liking, that's Gran, that's her Instagram over there, which she's looking pretty damn good. I'm not going to lie. Once again, how is that a sin, right?
Nobody... All of these people are saying that I'm a disgusting freak for liking this person. And he shows a picture of a conventionally attractive woman. Yeah. Wait.
And in the immortal words of Shondo.
Not a sin. I cannot absolve you.
What are we doing, dude? What are we doing?
Mega based.
What are we doing?
It's totally okay.
This is like a tipster stream. Holy shit, dude.
It's fine. But on the other hand, bestiality is illegal.
It's not bestiality, first of all. I'm not arguing this. But that Minotaur pays taxes, brother. All right? He's walking on 2 legs. All right? This is like... It's like furry. You're actually... He's just making shit up to be performatively bad. He's just making it up.
Except for in West Virginia and Wyoming. Do you guys know that? Do you guys know it is not a state?
This guy was like, oh my God, women are having sex with demons. And to now like, women are having sex with animals.
Crime to have sexual relations with an animal in West Virginia and Wyoming. I did not know that. I learned that today. Now, there are animal cruelty things, but I guess theoretically, if it was
it's a book, brother. It's a book. All right.
Cruel animal sex, Wyoming and West Virginia would allow it. It's also a federal crime under 18 USC section 48 to make any videos doing anything cruel, which would include sexuality presumptively. Also, the 2019 PACT Act expanded the cruelty prohibition. So, there's probably federal crimes you're violating even in West Virginia or Wyoming. But yeah,
Bottom line, women are having sex with everyone and everything but you.
No, this is true. So it is a crime. It's usually a felony or misdemeanor with up to life in prison. So, what you're doing here with the bull and the alien lizard person dragon thing, that's illegal. That would.
Listen, Legal Mind said we all have to settle the girlies can't screw dragons or gay men who bang each other or minotaurs, and Askies can't have our mass harems full of monster girls, gynoids, and demons. It's the world we live in.
Like, if that book that Shuon had read was like, she walked up to a horse in the stable and then fucked the horse, okay, I'd be like, that's fucking strange, and I do not approve. But this is like, look, the old internet, does anybody know what the Harkness test is? Do we know what the Harkness test is? Let's pull up the Harkness test. I'm sorry, I can't believe I'm doing this. This is such a stupid thing. Okay. Know your meme. Yes, we learned from YMS, sadly. Well, he didn't practice what he preached. What do Doctor Who fans call themselves again? Geriatric, but yes. This predates YMS. This predates mass social media, guys. Right? Here's an illustrated guide. Are you an adult? Hiss. Do you want to fuck? Gronk. Do not fuck this. Are you an adult? Certainly. Do you want to fuck? Of course. It's okay to fuck this. Right? The whole, like, shtick is, like, is it of, basically it's asking, like, is it of legal age? Is it sentient enough to consent, right? So, like, it has to be, like, alive, right? So that's the whole shtick with it, right? Give it the Harkness text. Does it have human intelligence or greater? Can it talk or otherwise communicate with language? Is it of sexual maturity for its species? And you need 3 check marks for affirmative consent. The Minotaur in the breeding milk farm is a man that pays taxes and fucking can pay for Tinder. Guys, the Minotaur is making enough money to pay for that woman's dinner and spoil her. Okay? But he's called that a bestiality. I mean, he might be a beast of burden, but he's like putting in 9 to 5 at the office, is what it sounds like. But Diesel, the Harkness test still promotes bestiality because Scooby-Doo passes the Harkness test. Oh, I guess he got me. Well, you know what? I think it's like one of those things where a judge would weigh in on it. I'd argue that you can't funk Scooby-Doo on the basis of that he's Scooby-Doo, and that just feels like improper. You know? I just don't think you should have sex with Scooby-Doo. That's what I'm thinking.
Be illegal, versus this, which is not illegal. This is once again, someone asked who this is. This is the actress who played Gran from Five Hearts Under One Roof. Yeah.
Did you just say 5 Hearts Under One Roof? Oh, 5 Hearts Under One Roof is the game. Okay.
Yeah. Deha said, not just discrimination, seems like they are cutting off the noses despite the face, never the little customers. That's right. Or the half bull demon bull creatures as next gen Twitch Reddit users. I mean, that's what they, I think, view themselves as.
Am I like looking into like an imaginary world? What is actually happening here? I don't even understand what this is in context that this guy is saying, right? Like, these social media sites are gonna have no future customers. This isn't even a real like outcry. Nobody's like grabbing their pitchforks over this.
Right? As those like animal creatures. Colonel Arnold said this just sounds like fry corn in book form. Nathan Gatsby said the most hilarious thing about that book is the author clearly wants it both ways in terms of both feminism and trad lifestyle. Exactly.
Listen, he has a big penis, okay? Jesus. He has a big penis and he's polite. God forbid.
Exactly. And if you look deeply into these people, they would be the ones that really should apply for my breeding visa. They're the ones that should go out there and do that. But
this guy should be laughed out of a room. I can't believe you're an attorney. I can't believe... You know what I've learned recently? Just because you are credited in something, or you have a degree in something, or you are a self-proclaimed expert in a thing, actually doesn't mean anything. Okay? Your ability to, like, think and process exists completely separate from your ability to have passed an exam to be qualified for a thing. And it does not justify your common sense or critical thinking or ability to not get mad over Morning Glory milking farm.
They are in denial about what they want and what the reality is. Goldham says women fantasies about monsters are okay. Guys fantasize about battle dolls that can be cute, feminine, and have kids. How dare we?
What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing, guys? What are we doing? No, this is made up. This guy is making hella money off of guys who are outraged about a made up thing.
How dare we do that? Right? How dare you want to have children? That's so illegal right now. You can't talk about that on the internet.
I'm just sitting here I'm not like performatively mad. I do think he is annoying, but like, and kind of like a dumb idiot. But I'm doing the same thing I'm complaining he's doing and getting performatively mad about how fucking stupid this is. So I'm gonna preemptively correct my record right there and just go to fucking bed, because I got an actually really busy day tomorrow because of the thing I can't talk about with you all, but we'll be able to talk about with you soon. So good night.